just don't get around. But there's something about you, something about you I like, about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you, something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us, gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to settle down.
Good morning, my friend. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Brianna, and I'm so glad you're here today. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, February 3rd, and I'm alone today. I have not been alone for an extended period of time in this house in a long time. It is our last weekend in Florida. Next weekend, we actually are headed back home if nothing crazy derails that plan. That is our plan. But today, my mother-in-law is in Tennessee. She's been in Tennessee since Tuesday, seeing her grandkids. My father-in-law left for work this morning and is going to Tennessee after work today. And then my husband actually took the day off of work because hockey fans know that this weekend is All-Star weekend for the NHL. And this year's NHL All-Star stuff is happening where? In South Florida. So he decided to be gracious to me, and he wanted to go to as many of the events as he could. So he actually took his day off work. His boss was like, yeah, sure, go. He wants to go today and tomorrow. Nobody else is here to watch Gracie. So if I go with, there's nobody here for the little dog, right? So I said, look, I will go with you down to Fort Lauderdale one day. You can pick which day I go. You can pick which activities I do, but I will go with you one of the days, and I will stay home alone in the quiet the other day. So today, he got out of bed early. Everybody was out of this house by 7:30, and I slept until 8 o'clock. And here we are. Now, y'all, we are doing something I really don't want to do today. I don't want to do it because I hate making phone calls. But this morning, it is 8:33. All I have done is what you've seen, taking care of the dog and poured my coffee. I am still in my pajamas. I need to make a phone call I have literally been putting off for probably 6+ months. I have attempted to make this phone call once, and it started to go well, and then we got disconnected, and I decided at that point in time I had too much else to do, and I didn't call back and start the process over again. And of course, the call is to the IRS. And it's nothing like horrible. I made a quarterly payment for my business when I didn't need to make a quarterly payment. Because of the way we're filing, blah, 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 business jargon, whatever. I have $500 and something that the government needs to give back to me. I don't know how good the government is at giving money back to people. I don't like the idea of having to talk on the phone to try and convince people to give me the money back. This has been a thing that I've been putting off because I don't know about you, but I hate more than almost anything in this world making phone calls. I don't know what it is, but I have always been that way. Well, that's not true, actually. When I was a kid, I used to talk on the phone all the time to my friends when we didn't have cell phones. I remember spending a lot of time tying up the phone line, and my parents actually got me my own phone line in my room. I was on the phone all the time. When it comes to making appointments, calling to complain about something, calling because something needs to be changed, whatever, a phone call that inconveniences both me and the caller in some way, I don't want to do it. And I need to do it. So we are going to go with Brian Tracy's whole concept of Eat That Frog this morning. The concept of Eat That Frog, which is a book. It is a book that I highly, highly, highly recommend, by the way. But it is a book. And the whole concept is the frog is the big, gross, ugly task that you really don't want to do. And what you're supposed to do is eat the frog first, because everything else will feel easy. So that is exactly what we are going to do today, right now.
But there's something about you I
estimate my wait time to be between 2 and 4 minutes. I sure hope I dialed into the right people. I have a general inquiry that I really hope you can help me with.
Gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
From the trenches. I got on with somebody almost immediately, like a couple minute wait, whatever. We were in the middle of our conversation and I accidentally tapped my earbuds and the thing disconnected. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So then I went through the whole process again, got a different person, and I feel like the results were a little bit different. The one guy I was speaking to was like, okay, so do you just want to start like a manual process? And this woman, God bless her, was like, asked me like slightly different identification questions. And eventually we got to where I needed to be. And then her response was, I can't refund you this. You have to resubmit a form. So at least she gave me the information. She was very sweet, gave me the information. I have not had a negative experience speaking with people at the IRS. Believe it or not. I have not had a negative experience. Everybody's been very sweet. If you need to talk to the IRS, call first thing in the morning because the wait time is less and I don't know, people are just perkier in the morning, I guess. So now I have to go through and see if I can figure out how to fill out the form that I need to fill out to request that the money be credited back to my account. Cool. All right. I live streamed using this camera, which was pretty cool. And now it is like almost 11 o'clock and I haven't had breakfast yet. So I'm making breakfast. Oh, there's still eggs left? No way. Did my husband leave me an egg? He did. He left me a single egg. Fantastic, which is totally fine because we only had like 2 eggs left. So I thought I was gonna have no eggs today, but I'm going to make my egg. You can't see what that is. My egg fold over. That's the word. My egg fold over.
Too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you.
Okay, so I thought I would share with you one of my beverages of choice. That's a terrible way to put it. My supplementation that I put in one of my water bottles every single morning. Now, I've only been doing this for about a week or so, and I actually missed yesterday because I wasn't paying attention. But what I do, first let me put some ice in this. So one of the things that I just purchased, you guys know this is not sponsored, Now Foods is one of my favorite brands of supplementation because they're inexpensive and they're high quality. Again, not sponsored. This is just the brand that I use, and I got their colloidal. I'm gonna go with colloidal. Colloidal minerals, trace minerals, because I'll tell you why. I really want to try the Mary Ruth's multivitamin, and it's like $40 for a month thing. It's a liquid. Hang on. Apparently I can't multitask. And it's got like trace minerals in it, and people are swearing that it gives them all sorts of energy and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, let me see if I can do it cheaper. And so I looked to see if Now Foods had any sort of trace mineral product, and lo and behold, they did. So I have that, and I've been taking this 30 milliliter serving size. So I weigh out the 30 grams because the milliliters and grams are basically interchangeable on the scale. And then this is not in its bottle, but this is also a Now Foods product. This is Inositol. And Inositol is another one of those like hormone balancing, typically used for PCOS, but I read that it had a lot of other benefits as well. And I figured for as inexpensive as the Now Foods version was, I would give it a try because why the heck not? So I put about a teaspoon of Inositol in the water as well, and the Inositol dissolves. You can't taste it. If you do taste it, it tastes mildly sweet, and this tastes a little bit like raspberry. And then to top it off, once I put water in here, I top it off with just a dash of Zip Fizz for flavor, and it's my little like morning vitamin mineral beverage thing. I'm going on day 3 of this grape Zip Fizz. Yes, I just used my mouth to open the tube, don't judge. That's probably it. Oh, there was a little, okay. I could have used half of what I just put in there and made it last like 5 days. So now this is gonna come with a really nice caffeine kick too. But then I just mix it all up. This one is grape flavored. This is the Zip Fizz. It's a vitamin B and caffeine type situation. I like them. And my mother-in-law had them. So this was the little combination that I have been doing. And results TBD, I'll let you know. There is my breakfast. High protein, high fiber, super delicious. We got some berries in there for sweetness and for produce. And it is now 11:09, but that's okay. It wasn't anything special. It was just 25-30 minutes on the treadmill to get some steps in. I'm in my late luteal phase, so I want to just kind of take it easy. My energy had been terrible. Yesterday, I took an unplanned rest day. I didn't do much of anything yesterday because I woke up and it was one of those days that I was exhausted getting out of bed. And that's one of the things with chronic illness. So you never know when you're gonna feel like that. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do much today. And then today, no, that was yesterday. Today, I'm moving a little bit slower, but I also know that my husband wants to take me to Fort Lauderdale tomorrow for day 2 of NHL All-Star activities. And he's going to limit, he's being much more free and willy-nilly with, figuring out what's there and what his options are and trying all the things and walking all across the beach. And he was like, it's really good because he's called me multiple times already today. Whenever something exciting happens, he calls me to share it with me, which is very, very cute. But he said, I'm kind of glad I didn't bring you today because it would have felt really bad. You've been waiting in a lot of lines, doing things that you didn't really care to do. And by the time the game rolled around tonight, if we decided to go, so tonight is like the skills competition. He's trying to decide whether or not he wants to go to that. But he's like, you would have been so done and so exhausted with all of the walking on the beach that you would have had to do before the game even started. And I'm glad I decided not to do that to you. And I was like, thank you. He's starting to understand. We've been married for 9 years and he's really starting to finally understand what I am capable of stamina-wise, which is really nice. So my steps weren't, I could have hung out on that treadmill for like an hour or something, and I opted not to because 2 reasons. I want to conserve my energy and I also want to conserve my time in my braces. I have my leg braces on. These are my AFOs. For my foot drop, for those of you that are new here, I have a disease called CMT, Charcot tooth disease, and I cannot flex my foot. See that beautiful 90-degree angle that my foot is in? I can't do that without the help of the brace. So I walk on the treadmill in my braces because I have this fear that I'm going to trip on the treadmill, and if I fall on flat ground that's not moving, then it's fine because the ground doesn't move. But if I trip and fall on a treadmill, the treadmill keeps going. So I always walk on the treadmill in my braces. So that's the story there. Now I am going to pop on a face mask. I actually realized as I looked in the mirror, I have a lot of dry skin happening. I don't know, I'm in Florida. Why is there dry skin happening? So I'm going to put on my face mask, which is like a chemical peel. I'm going to have some lunch. I'm going to shower and get myself clean and cozy and ready for whatever the evening brings.
This is the mask in question. It's gross, I know, I need to wipe it off. I've been using the Drunk Elephant TLC Sakuri Baby Facial as my weekly, probably admittedly more bi-weekly chemical peel while I haven't been seeing my facialist. And as far as I can tell, it works really, really well. It's expensive. It's like $80 a bottle, but given what you pay for chemical peels, that's actually not that bad of a deal. So I'm gonna slap some of this on my face and let it sit for a while.
All right, here's what it looks like on my face. It literally looks like nothing. You have to look up close to see that I have anything remotely colored on my face. It's like this very, very subtle orange, peach, taupe skin tone, whatever. But it does tingle. It does tingle, especially if you haven't done it for a while. So like I'm still feeling, it's been on my face for about 60 seconds. And at first it was like, ooh, like borderline uncomfortable. Not like crazy, your skin's on fire or anything. Although depending on your sensitivity to things like this, that's what it could feel like. But it's literally, its job is to eat off the dead skin off of your face. So when you aren't consistent with it, like I have not been, it's gonna tingle and burn a little bit when you put it on. So I'm gonna leave this on for 20 minutes, go make some lunch, and then take a shower. Do not underestimate the power of having chopped and washed and ready to go greens in your kitchen, y'all. It makes, I'm making a mess, but it makes making a salad so easy and convenient to just have this. I'm going to get a container like this. It's got like a little a water thing on the bottom, a drip tray type thing, and I love it. I need to get me some of these for all of the produce I keep in my kitchen. Also prepared, sliced cucumbers. Gracie, there's a cucumber on the floor. Come on, there's a cucumber. Take it. Get it. Get the cucumber. Here, right there. Get it. Do you want this? Here. And then the third thing, chicken breast. Bake it, chop it up. It's ready to go. Yes. Delightful. Lastly, make sure that you have a fat-based dressing because you need to have fat with your salads, my friends. This is actually a dressing that it's an orange and basil dressing. I got this, we went out to a local restaurant around here and hands down, bar none, the best salad I've ever eaten in my life. And it's the second time I've had this salad in my life. The other time was like years ago. The restaurant was in a completely different location at that point in time. And I remember thinking this was the greatest salad ever. So when I went this time and had the same salad and was literally blown away by this salad, I asked the woman, I was like, so do you sell your salad dressing? And she was like, actually, a little bit more. We do. Actually, we do. And I paid like $8 for this to-go container of dressing. And you know what? I don't even care because it's delicious. And now I have protein, I have veg, I have a delicious dressing, all in this giant salad that, yes, I used a mixing bowl because that's what you do. And voila, lunch is served. All right, shower has been taken. My husband is on his way home. I was gonna blow dry my hair and like make everything cute, and then I realized that if we go to the beach tomorrow, what's the point? It's gonna be stormy, it's gonna be rainy or have just rained, and the effects that the Florida humidity and wetness has on hair that needs to be styled in order to be straight or wavy or whatever is not great. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna let it do its thing. And then, can you hear, I don't know if you can hear, I can feel a slight raspiness in my voice. That is because your girl just gave herself a little Broadway concert here in this empty, big, acoustically pleasing house. For those of you that don't know, I am a singer. First and foremost, by trade, my college degree is in musical theater vocal performance. And while I don't do much with that degree anymore outside of singing on worship team, my intention is to actually start to do more with that, with music in 2023. But because my husband is work from home, I don't get to sing anymore. And because my piano is right outside of his office and there's no place to rearrange, that's my little Broadway nook, whatever. So like, it's fine. I have other things to do, like create content and everything, but that's my passion. So when I have the opportunity, I sit down and I sing for a little bit. And I found this account on Spotify that if y'all are Broadway fans and you want a legit karaoke to sing to, this is who you need to follow. It's this account right here, Curtain Up MTK. They have I don't know who this person is. This is the popular stuff. I just had a whole list of all their stuff. If you go under all of their discography, the number of songs that they have done, so you have legitimate soundtrack quality karaoke tracks to sing along to, is astronomical. There are still so many more songs I wish they had, but there are some obscure songs like I Say No from, what's that musical? Heathers, which evidently is not in the American version of Heathers, but only in the UK version of Heathers. Either way, it's on there. And so I've been sitting here, I have not been sitting, I've been standing, I have been like acting. I've been acting my little butt off for nobody but Gracie. Nobody but Gracie. What did you think? What did you think of the concert Mommy just put on for you? Huh? Gracie, come here. Did you appreciate it? Did you appreciate the concert? Say, no, I do not appreciate when Mommy belts very loudly. I know, you don't like it. Anyway, so that's what I just spent, no joke, probably the last 40 minutes doing. And might I say, the girl has still got it. I sang really, really well for not having warmed up, not really spoken to anybody except you today, and just, I don't know, it felt so good. Do you ever like forget? It's like forgetting how to play like you played when you were a child and use your imagination or something like that, and then you get to play with a toy that makes you feel nostalgic or relive that feeling or something. It's kind of like that for me with singing. I was like, oh, I just kind of like flash back to who I used to be and what I felt like I was really good at, and if I still have the skill, and it just, it was good. It was good. Anyway, my husband is on his way home, where we're probably going to watch the Skills 517. If he makes it home in time, we will be watching the NHL All-Stars Skills Competition on the TV. It sounds like he decided not to go to the game tonight, but oh my gosh, you guys, he had the best time. I can't wait to hear all about it, but I have a photo of my man touching the Stanley Cup. I'm like, talk about things that make you feel like a kid and bring you that much joy. I am certain that he was feeling those emotions today too, which makes me so happy. So he got to do his thing. I got to stay here and do mine. And overall, not a shabby Saturday. It is not Saturday, not a shabby Friday.